Welcome back to Governor's Cup 2025. 2025, I say. What? Yes, this is track 2, game 9 with West Texas Roller Derby and Assassination City Roller Derby co-conspiracy. And I'm going to hand it over to my co-announcer, Vamp Tina.
Vamp Tina here. So different change from this morning. We just want a big thank you to the Lubbock Listening Room for being our Governor's Cup 2025 Track 2 sponsor. The Lubbock Listening Room is where story meets sound. Their monthly events are curated to provide you with one-of-a-kind experiences, officially hosted at the Johnny Velvet. They are now thrilled to provide an even better experience, so come hang.
And I'm Waterboy, and I'm going to go through the roster for Assassination City Roller Derby Co-Conspiracy. Starting off, we got 1-4 Texas Brews Bonnet, 1-4-1 Magic Missile, 1-4-2-8 Doc Slaughter, 1-6 Meat Socks, 1-8-7 Killin' Smalls, 1-9-6-1 Agent Orange, 2-1 Natty Knoxville, that's going to be on the third baseline, 2-1-1-3 Cat, 2-1-6 The Hoblin' Goblin, 3-1-0 Howler Mouse, 3-1-7 Angel de la Muerte, 3-7 Sexy Rexy, 4-4 Mother Terrorista, 5-8-8 Corkscrew You, 6-1-2 Fish, 8-5 Dread.
And I'm here with the West Texas Roller Derby roster. We got 1013 Winomite, 11 Dreamy Racer, 13 Roland Atkins, 19 Heavy Metal Heather, 20 Solid as a Jamrock, 22 Gnarly, 26 Duncan, 55 Wild Wookie, 62 Jean, 84 Madam Fury, 841 Frida Beast, 85 Short Stacks, 87 Whippopotamus, 913 Miss Innocent, 96 Hot Wheels, and then for their bench staff, we have Scary Go Round, Gio de los Muertos, Bam Bam Blocker, and Gary.
Get some more excitement. And for the officials here, we have the Ginger Ninja, Bit Feral, Rex, HD, Joker 2.0, ADHD's Nuts, Docta, Slamberdini, Rambo Bright, Catch and Release, Gillikeen Grace, Huck, RJ, Raven Claudia, Chuck. We would also like to thank Savage Tiki Lounge for being our sponsor for the Jam Line. A big thank you to Savage Tiki Lounge for being our Governor's Cup 2025 Jammer Line sponsor for both tracks, as well as our official after-party host. Located in Lubbock, Texas, Savage Tiki
Lounge.
Tiki offers what we like to call Texas Tiki style. And you better believe the drinks and food are amazing, rolling out new takes on everyday classics. Come check them out after the after party today, August 16th.
I think you've been announcing too much. I think you've been announcing too much.
I have. Been announcing too much. Not one game. That's about it.
Time to Derby is 50 seconds. Both teams are getting ready out here.
And we already got some shout-outs there for Hoblin' Goblin, Sexy Rexy. Woo, let's go ACRD from the chat.
Sexy Rexy is fun to say.
All right, looks like we're about to get started on this first jam. got that countdown. All right, we're about to get started on this first jam here. Looks like we got Wild Wookie up for WTRD. Texas Brews Bonnet for ACRD up against Wild Wookie. Both of them working through the pack. Getting a little bit of offensive help there for WTRD as Wild Wookie gets out and goes around and gets lead jammer. Coming out around on her initial pass.
Texas Bruiser right on Wookie's tail.
Coming around. We'll probably see a little bit of a speed up here as Wild Wookie tries to engage the back of the pack. Ooh, gets
penalty cut.
Penalty call for Wild Wookie, and that's going to be a power jam in favor of Texas Brews Bonnet Assassination City Roller Derby.
Also have a penalty called on Gene. So West Texas lost one of their blockers.
And as Tex comes around and pockets 4 points, going to come around for another scoring jam. Squeaks by on that inside lane, grabbing 4 more points for the pocket. Tex goes for that outside lane, gets recycled back a little bit.
Wild Wookie back in from the penalty box, looking to score some points before the jam ends.
Wild Wookie getting recycled back. Going to engage the back of the pack there. Tex getting recycled back by Jamrock, not too far back. Engages that tripod there of West Texas Roller Derby going into turn number 3.
Wild Wookie is fighting the pack up for Assassination City Roller Derby there at the front.
Just say co-conspiracy from now on.
I'm not going to remember that
Co-conspiracy?
because I'm looking at that.
Wild Wookie getting a little bit of offensive help there, but not before we get that final whistle for the first jam.
She did end up getting 3 points in that jam.
Wild Wookie did pick up 3 points there to Co-Conspiracy's 12 going into the second jam. Looks like we got Dreamy Racer for WTRD. And Angel de la Muerte for Co-Conspiracy.
Excited to see how this second jam is going to underway.
Dreamy working on the outside, going to the inside. Good lateral movement and gets lead jammer status. That's 2 for 2 for WTRD. Angel de la Muerte comes out and is going to complete the initial pass there. Dreamy working against that one-on-one. Does call it off. Yeah. You want to be turned up a little higher?
No.
You want me to be turned down?
No. We got Gene for West Texas Roller Derby jamming against Sexy Rexy for the Co-Conspiracy. We got Gene out as lead jammer. Sexy Rexy is fighting the pack in the back. There was a penalty called on one of the Co-Conspiracy blockers, so she'll be sitting in the penalty box. Gene did get 4 points in that jam and called it off. What we like to call a hit it and quit it.
Hit it and quit it. Get your points and get out. So.
Got a shout out to Hobgoblin from Hobgoblin's mom.
And then Athena does a shout out from the chat for Jamrock, shakes the pom-poms. And coming into jam number 4, we got Fish for Co-Conspiracy and Madam Fury for West Texas Roller Derby. Fury does get that lead position. That is 4 for 4 for West Texas Roller Derby on the leads. Fury coming back into the pack, finds the outside line and grabs 4 more points. And
Jammer.
that's a power jam in favor of West Texas Roller Derby. Thank you. Thank you over there, Cody, for all the help and assistance. Fury gets recycled back a little bit, going against that 2-person, does a juke into the outside line and grabs 4 more points to give us a lead change. Fury does call it off after getting 4 more points to get a power start on this next jam, coming into jam number 5. Where's my ad reads?
Wookie is going to start out with that power jam for West Texas Roller Derby.
I'll do it on the next one. And we're off here. Wild Wookie looking for that inside line, goes to the outside. Finds the outside line and gets lead jammer's position.
Fish
Coming
is
around.
back on the track for Co-Conspiracy Jammer. She is working that back of the pack. She's got the star cap off.
Wild Wookie looking to work through the pack. Getting up towards the front to Co-Conspiracy's tripod up front.
Jean recycled Fish back just a little bit. Pack is at a standstill currently. Both jammers are fighting all 3 blockers.
Indeed, it is nice lips. We see you in the chat.
Hi, Lips.
Both jammers kind of stuck on the defense of each other's teams. Jean with the recycle back.
Heather is trying to provide some O for Wookie. Wookie was able to get through. Called
Wookie
on
getting-
a penalty there for some forearm.
Got a forearm penalty there, leading to a power jam in favor for Co-Conspiracy. Good knockout there by Jean with West Texas Roller Derby. Magic Missile.
We call this a blocktopus.
Woo!
4-4 is assessed a black block penalty and is going to go sit in that penalty box.
And at the same time, we got Jean going to the penalty box for West Texas Roller Derby. And that comes to the end of the jam. With 4 points added to West Texas Roller Derby to 26 and Co-Conspiracy at 12. Dreamy Racer.
For Co-Conspiracy, I can't see what it is.
And it looks like we got Dreamy Racer for WTRD and Cat for ACRD.
Think this is Kat's first jam?
Yep. That would be correct. It is Cat's first jam.
Thank you, Waterboy.
You're very welcome.
Awesome.
If you can't tell, this is my wife that's announcing with me. Love to have her.
No, nobody knows. That was the first lead for ACRD.
we want to give a big thanks for our medics over there taking care of an injured skater with WTRD, getting her checked out, and hopefully everything's okay. We'll be getting some posts there here shortly. Yeah, there's definitely a love for this announcing here, and this is actually Vamptina's first tournament to be able to announce, so we're kind of breaking her in. Popped her cherry for yesterday and the announcing bubble.
I'm going to say this game's a lot better than first one. I felt my mic was not cooperating with me. I was struggling this morning. I was also half asleep.
Yeah, she doesn't like to wake up early on the weekends.
I do not. I am very cranky in the morning.
I think we are about to get back in action here.
We are back in action. We got Texas Bruiser Bonnet for Co-Conspiracy and Miss Innocent for West Texas Roller Derby. She is sitting in that penalty box. So Co-Conspiracy started with a power jam.
And Tex gets lead jammer status coming around. Oh, wait, already had it. Grabbed 4 points. I didn't realize that.
Yes.
Tex working into the pack there. Trying
Got
to
our
work around.
jammer for West Texas Roller Derby coming into the pack right now, Miss Innocent.
Tex
She
gets
did
4 more
officially get that star cap passed off to Wild Wookie, which is the pivot for West Texas Roller Derby. Texas Bruiser through the pack for 4 more points. She's coming in hot on Wookie's tail. The pack is looking like it stopped at the pivot line. Wild Wookie was hit to the outside and recycled back. Tex is working that outside line. West Texas blockers got her pinned. She went to the inside and was able to squeak by. Wild Wookie is recycled back once again. Wild Wookie was able to find that inside line for 4 points. So in total, Co-Conspiracy got a total of 16 for that jam, and West Texas got a total of 4.
And a shout out there for Ace, cheering real loud from Mom.
We love all the mom love. I am. That's my voice.
And going into jam number 8, we got Kat and Madam Fury. And Madam Fury gets out quickly, grabbing that lead jammer status.
Cat was knocked to
Big.
the inside with a big hit from Gnarly.
Well,
Is that better?
yeah. Fury trying to work on that inside, goes to the outside lane, finds a little bit of help there from Duncan, but then gets swallowed up again by Co-Conspiracy Tripod there. And Kat working against the back of the pack.
Cat looking for a star pass. She did take that star cap off.
Gnarly with those
Lateral
moves in
movements.
the defense. And now the pack is going into turn number 3, and the jam is called off by Madam Fury.
Got Sister Jean coming in for West Texas Roller Derby. 317.
317. Angel de la Muerte.
317.
And we got Angel de la Muerte for Co-Conspiracy. I can't see. Jean trying to tiptoe on that outside line. Does find it one-on-one up front in the pack and gets that lead jammer status.
Angel got stuck on Heavy Metal Heather. Heavy Metal Heather.
Or we could call her HMH.
I probably won't remember that either.
Jean on that outside line with little resistance grabs 4 points in a pocket and going to come back around on another scoring pass as Angel de la Muerte is still trying to complete the initial pass. Goes against Wild Wookie and Bean. Does get around and is now going to come around for a scoring pass after Jean grabs 4 more points. Just going to look around and see where Angel's at. Calls it off after grabbing 8 total? 8 total points. Bringing our score to 43, West Texas Roller Derby, and 28, Co-Conspiracy going into jam number 10.
Sorry, I got sidetracked. I just realized they're not even putting in Hot Wheels in the other 3.
And up for Co-Conspiracy, we got Sexy Rexy, and for West Texas, Madam Fury. Fury gets recycled back all the way back to the jam line. The pack's sitting there on the pivot line. Had a little bit of a stumble there from a few skaters. Fury does find the line on the outside and gets lead jammer status. Coming around now for the scoring pass as Sexy Rexy is going one-on-one with Dynamite up at the front of the pack. Gets around on that inside line and is coming around for a scoring pass now as Fury is going into turn 3. Finds the line on that outside line and grabs 4 points and calls it off before Sexy Rexy can steal any points on that jam. And a big shout out to Madam Fury from Lips watching on the stream.
We're going to start out this next jam with Wild Wookie for West Texas Roller Derby. And Fish for Co-Conspiracy.
Fish looking for that outside line, working against that tripod up front of West Texas Roller Derby of Duncan, HMH, and Solid as a Jamrock, and gets called to the penalty box, and that's going to be a power jam in favor of West Texas Roller Derby.
Actually, no.
Nope.
Wookie was also assessed a penalty for a cut track, so she is making her way down to the penalty box.
And we're going to have a switcheroo here on the jammers.
Switcheroo. There's Fish back on the track.
And this is going to be a 2-minute jam. Fish trying that outside line. Gets recycled back by Duncan from West Texas Roller Derby.
This
Fish.
will be our second 2-minute jam.
Second 2-minute jam in the half.
Second 2-minute jam in this half.
Hope somebody ate their Wheaties. Fish does get out and gets 4 points along with, or that's initial pass. Wild Wookie gets 4 points. So this just in from our producer, Secret Squirrel over there. Thank you so much. Looking at the penalties here, that is Wild Wookie, 3 out of 4 times jamming has went to the penalty box.
4 out of 4 now.
4 out of 4 times now. Coming into
She just got sent back.
another Fish looking for that outside line against mom and daughter combo of Jean and Duncan. If you notice their numbers, it's 6'2" and 2'6". That's pretty intentional. Hard hit from Heavy Metal Heather. And that's the end of our 2-minute jam with 8 points for Co-Conspiracy and 6 points for West Texas Roller Derby.
Can you see that? Do you need to move
This is going to be a power start for Co-Conspiracy.
Okay.
See if they can take advantage of it and get that lead jammer status.
Like cat and mouse.
We got Texas Brews Bonnet coming in for Co-Conspiracy. Looking for that inside line. Not much there. Works the outside with some lateral movement. Good stop by Wanamite. Does get in on that inside line and get that lead jammer status.
We got the whole team back here for West Texas, providing some O for Wookie that just came in from the penalty box. She does get out of that pack. So now we got Texas, Bruise Bonnet, and Wild Wookie in a foot race to try to catch that pack. That was a total of 8 points for Co-Conspiracy, and Wookie did end up getting 4 points on that jam.
And this just for Co-Conspiracy. So with Texas in as the jammer, that's their leading scorer right now for Co-Conspiracy.
Leadering?
Leadering? Words are hard this late in the day.
New word, leadering. And we got Jean for West Texas Roller Derby.
And
Kat
finally
out of that pack. So that is the fourth lead for Co-Conspiracy in this session.
Jean with that recycle back on Kat all the way past that jammer line, about 20 feet. Jean doing a little bit of offensive help there on jammer. Jean getting out.
Yeah, number 85 for Co-Conspiracy chased Jean down. Dread.
Jean with a little bit of hustle there, trying to get a couple of points, but wasn't able to get the points there.
Number 14 for ACRD has scored 36 of their points.
Okay. And that is a team timeout for West Texas Roller Derby. You can. And we'd like to say thank you to Hit Squad. Wherever you want to capture your hard-hitting blocks, dazzling points, or slick jukes, Hit Squad has you covered with professional quality individual team videos. Thanks, Lloyd, for all your help out there. In Squad We Trust from Johnny Pepper.
Do you want me to do this one?
Yeah, you can.
And for another one of our sponsors, Goodfoot Skates is the DFW area's go-to spot for all things roller derby. Wheels, bearings, toe stops, cushions, socks, pads, and more. Need a quick fix? They'll also be on hand for expert skate repairs and assistance throughout this tournament. Plus, in support of the Governor's Cup, Goodfoot generously purchased Fox by 40 Pearl whistles for the officials to help keep the games running smoothly. Thank you, Goodfoot Skates, for continuing support of our skating community.
Yeah, they're over there at the Vendor Village. It looks like Quadzilla's over there manning that booth right now.
And with Jam 14 started, we got Madam Fury for West Texas Roller Derby. And for Co-Conspiracy, we got Angel de los Muertos that just was awarded lead. Madam Fury hot on her tail. Pack is going quickly here. We got some bumps, and Fury did initiate that pass first, but was hit to the inside line, and Angel got out of the pack for a quick 4 and called it off. No points awarded for Madam Fury on that jam.
What is that, like 4 out of 5 leads for ACRD in the last 5 jams? And going into jam number 15, ACRD has had 4 out of 5 jams leading. Looks like we got Jean for WTRD. He's going to be jamming, and Sexy Rexy. Jean trying for that outside line. Not much there. Sexy Rexy looking for some help. Gets around.
We got a forearm penalty assessed to 588 on Co-Conspiracy.
And you got Sexy Rexy. That's the lead, but Jean got in front, forcing that call off for a 0-0 score on that jam.
On that jam.
On that jam.
Jam Jam.
And unlock clarity and confidence with WSL Leadership. They help you deal with complicated power dynamics because whether it's politics, structures, or relationships, the same foundational forces are at play. Let them help you build the dynamics you want, navigate the ones you've got.
Oh, we got a first jam for Hot Wheels for West Texas Roller Derby. And she was just assessed a penalty and is going to sit in that penalty box. Fish was awarded lead for Assassination City Roller Derby co-conspirators.
6 out of 7. And that's 6 out of 7 of the last jams that went to co-conspiracy for the lead.
That was a hard hit to the inside.
And if y'all can't hear, probably
Hot
not.
Wheels were released to the from the penalty box. That was forced to call off. That was another. Oh nope, 0-3. Co-conspiracy picked up 3 points in that jam.
If y'all couldn't hear, our THA over here, Johnny Peppers, yelling at me for not giving enough credit to Secret Squirrel. So, Secret Squirrel, thank you for all your awesome producing at the end of the table. Much love. Don't squirrel.
And the start of Jam 17, we got Gene for West Texas Roller Derby, and for co-conspiracy, we got Texas Bruise Bonnet. Gene is out of that pack for lead jammer status. Tex is working, trying to find that outside line, does not find it, got knocked out, but Wookie was assessed a penalty for that as she squeaked by on the inside line. Jean is watching her, making sure to call it off before Tex was able to reach that pack. So West Texas Roller Derby got 4 points for that jam.
And that's the first jam in, I believe, 6 jams that West Texas got a 4, the last 4. So that's breaking a 4-jam streak for West Texas of not getting the lead jammer position. They got it in the last one. Going into jam number 18, we've got Kat from Co-Conspiracy and Madam Fury for West Texas Roller Derby. Fury at the back of that pack trying to work through, and Kat gets awarded lead jammer position as a star pass gets off to Wynamite with WTRD. Kat's going to come in here, try to get a couple of points. But not before Wynamite is able to grab 4 points of her own, stealing it right there at the last minute. Great skating and hustle from Wynamite from West Texas Roller Derby to be able to come back and grab a couple of points there.
31. One of those two. 17. Angel. Gnarly. We got West Texas Roller Derby Gnarly, and I believe this is her first time starting out as jammer. And then we have for Co-Conspiracy Angel de los Muertos, and Gnarly was awarded lead jammer, and she is coming into that pack. She's looking at that inside line and just pinballed and made it through for 4 points. We had a heavy hit from Heather. She did push out the jammer, which the jammer did do a star pass. So now the pivot has that star cap. Gnarly is once again through for 4 more points. And Magic Missile is now the jammer for record and forced that call off by Gnarly.
That's a good, smart play by Gnarly there with West Texas. Keeping an eye on the other jammer, calling off. Knowing not going to be able to get a couple of points out of that one.
I knew
So
the first one, but
we'll try on the
it was
next
star
jam.
pass to Magic. It was the star pass to Magic. first time for both those people to jam.
And we have Sexy Rexy for Co-Conspiracy and Madam Fury up on WTRD. Both of them fighting the pack hard. Madam Fury working to the outside to the inside. Not much there. Gets recycled back by Goblin from Co-Conspiracy. And Sexy Rexy gets that lead jammer position. Coming around, looking to get a couple of points here. Madam Fury looking for that star pass to Dynamite and gets it off. Maybe not. No. A penalty was assessed to Madam Fury before that star pass was able to be complete. So that's going to be a power jam in favor for Co-Conspiracy. As Sexy Rexy comes back into the pack up against Frida Beast. Working that inside line, finds it, and gets 4 more points. Taking advantage of this power jam right now as we got it. Does call it off so they can have a power start at the beginning of Jam 21.
So West Texas does have 2 players in the penalty box currently. Duncan also was assessed a penalty in that last jam. What's her number? 26? Duncan's 26. Jean's the one with all the penalties.
And we got Texas Bruise Bonnet for Co-Conspiracy coming out, working that outside line. Good lateral movement to the inside. Working a foot race there on that outside line and does get that lead jammer status, taking advantage of that power start as Fury comes right out of the penalty box and gets through the pack, working on some points here. Forcing the call off from Texas Bruise Bonnet.
Any points? 1 point.
1 point awarded to Texas Bruise Bonnet.
Uno más.
Uno más.
Por favor.
Gracias.
De nada.
And there's a shout out for Rexy. Let's go, Rexy, from Nelson Carter on the stream. You doing this, Jane?
Sure. For West Texas Roller Derby, we got Jean. And for Co-Conspiracy, we got Kat. Jean out called head jammer, lead jammer, head jammer.
Words are hard.
Means same thing. Kat was pushed out by Duncan there on that outside line. Jean found a way to get 4 more points. Kat is out of the pack, but Jean was actually called on a penalty.
That'd be a forearm penalty, sending Jean to the box, which gives a power jam in favor of Co-Conspiracy. Gonna give us a full 2-minute jam here.
That was
Kat
some
getting
wonderful
recycled out.
O from 216 on Co-Conspiracy, which is the Hoblin Goblin. That
Seen a
was-
lot of good blocking and stuff from the Hoblin Goblin.
Yes, definitely. But Co-Conspiracy Jammer was also called on a penalty, so that released Sister Jean, and she made it through that pack for those 4 points. I believe this is the 3rd 2-minute jam of this session period. Jean got hit out to the inside line by Co-Conspiracy 588 corkscrew you. Words are hard still.
Numbers are harder.
And that is our intermission. That was our last jam of this period. And it looks like West Texas got 8 points out of that gym, and Co-Conspiracy got 5. So that brings the total to
83 for West Texas Roller Derby and 72 for Co-Conspiracy going into the half.
Oh, thank you, Waterboy.
You're welcome. And thank you to Brass Taps for being our Governor's Cup welcome reception hosts on Thursday evening. The Brass Tap Lubbock brings flavor of a global brew bar right to your neighborhood. With 45-plus selections, the upscale yet welcoming beer bar also serves premium wines, specialty cocktails, and upscale shareable designed to pair with your favorite drink. Whether you visit to watch sports on TV or just for good conversation with friends, their menu packed with craveable bites pairs perfectly with any pour. And that's also here, if you're feeling hungry, we do have a concession stand located over at the Vendor Village, and we're going to take that to the intermission for 13 minutes and 45 seconds. We'll
Potty
see you
break.
back. And welcome back to Track 2, Game 9 at Governor's Cup 2025. We will be getting started with a little bit of action here in about 2 minutes and 45 seconds. But from our lovely producer over there, Secret Squirrel, I got a little bit of stats here. So looking at Conspiracy, 11 out of 22 times they've scored points in the first half, and WTRD is 14 out of 22 times have scored points. On average, though, Co-Conspiracy is scoring 8 points per jam versus the 4 points for WTRD. We're pretty much dead even with the lead calls here. We have 11 for Co-Conspiracy and 11 for WTRD, but 3 of those were redacted for penalties on the jammer. So as you can see with the score, very, very close. Everything is looking close on the penalty tracker. We do have 15 penalties for Co-Conspiracy and 15 penalties for West Texas Roller Derby. A little bit more spread out for Co-Conspiracy throughout all their players. There are a couple players with West Texas that are accumulating a little bit more, but we'll see how that kind of plays out going into the second half. And a shout out for Doc Slaughters. Their mom, dad, and aunt are rooting from home. You got this, girl. And a shout out for Frida Beast from Oh Big Low. And yes, Jesse, that was a great half. Definitely 2 evenly matched teams here. See how they approach it going into the second half, if they change anything up.
Ace's mom.
And a shout out for Ace. Your mom's watching. Congrats, ACRD, great job. And also Third Coast played hard. Overall, great job for both teams. Uh-oh. Whoopsie. And that brings us to about 20 seconds left of intermission. Skaters are going out on the track for West Texas Roller Derby and Co-Conspiracy, and our lovely SOs out there. Big thank you to all of our skating officials and our NSOs. Thank you, thank you, thank you, and all the volunteers and announcers.
And Waterboy.
And Waterboy. And
Doug.
And Doug.
Cody Doug.
Cody Doug.
Next whistle starts our Jam 1 for period 2. We got Texas Bruise Bonnet for Co-Conspiracy and Gene for West Texas Roller Derby. Gene is awarded lead jammer, but Texas is hot on her trail. Gene initiated the pack there on the inside, trying to gather some points before Texas got to the pack and called it off.
Do believe that the JMRF is showing 2 points there for Gene.
Yes, sir, you are correct. 2 points for West Texas Roller Derby.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome.
And we're going into jam number 2 in the second half.
Madam Fury for West Texas Roller Derby against Sexy Rexy for Co-Conspiracy. I just cut off Waterboy because I wanted to say Sexy Rexy.
Madam Fury working past that back of the pack on the outside line. Does get by and gets lead jammer coming around for this scoring pass after completing the initial pass. Sexy Rexy working against that 2-wall up front of Winomite and Gnarly. Wino working hard against the Sexy Rexy, gets an out-of-play call and calls it off. Sexy Rexy does get out for that initial pass, but not before Madam Fury can gather 4 points and call it off.
Another hit it and quit it.
And a shout out for HMH from your daughter. Go Mommy's team. Yes, I would agree with that. It is Rex's jamming day for sure.
And we got West Texas Roller Derby. We got Hot Wheels and Co-Conspiracy Cat. I believe this is a first-time lineup for both of them. Lead jammer awarded to Hot Wheels, and Cat was able to get out of that pack on that inside line. Hot Wheels coming in hot and makes it, slices through Co-Conspiracy like butter and calls it off for 4 points awarded to West Texas Roller Derby, which
They don't
brings
call
them,
her Hot Wheels for nothing.
should call her Butter Knife. Actually,
Knives.
we do call her Knives.
Knives.
Knives. So West Texas Roller Derby is sitting at 93 and Co-Conspiracy is at 72. Our next lineup, West Texas Roller Derby jammer is Jean, and Co-Conspiracy looks like it's Angel de los Muertos. Muerte. My bad. Gio is on our team as Gio de los Muertos. Multiplayer assess on Co-Conspiracy's blocker 85.
That's Dread for Co-Conspiracy.
Jean was awarded lead jammer for West Texas Roller Derby, and she has initiated that pack, picked up a couple of points there, but Angel is hot on the trail here and has forced that call off by Jean. Jean was able to get 4 points in that jam. Sure. Go ahead. You can have it. Take it, water boy.
Okay, thank you for the permission to announce on this jam.
You're welcome.
Permission granted.
Access denied.
No. And for WTRD, we got Gnarly, and for Co-Conspiracy, we got Fish. Both getting stopped right at the jammer line. Gnarly looking for that inside line, does find it and gets lead jammer status. Fish going up against that tripod, looking for the outside. Hard hit from Duncan from WTRD, recycling Fish back, all the way back to the pivot line. Gnarly getting hit hard, gets recycled back. Looking for that inside line. Pushing to the outside, working back to the inside, trying to squeeze through. Fish still trying to get out for that initial pass.
She found Duncan and was hit to that inside line. We're
And
getting
it looks
some
like
information.
a star pass for Co-Conspiracy to Killen Smalls. Killen Smalls does get out and is able to come back around. As a cut track is assessed for Gnarly, and that's going to be a power jam in favor for Co-Conspiracy. So we're going to see the natural conclusion of this jam for the next 45 seconds, and then a penalty assessed for Killen Smalls. So we'll see a little bit of a switcheroo here with jammers. Gnarly coming in, going to engage the pack and look for a little bit of assistance here. Gnarly looking for that outside line, doesn't get it. Killen Smalls is on that inside track, going to the outside. One skate, tries to get by, doesn't get it. Goes to that inside line and does get out and gets 4 points for Killen Smalls with Co-Conspiracy. Gnarly looking for that inside line, does find it and gets 4 more points before the natural conclusion of this jam number 5.
Killing It Smalls was able to get 7 on that first jam for her. Gnarly was able to get 4.
And West Texas Roller Derby just going over that 1 century mark in jam number 5 in the second half.
We got Madam Fury for West Texas Roller Derby against Texas Bruise Bonnet for Co-Conspiracy. Texas is awarded lead jammer. But Madam Fury was also able to make it out of that pack, and they're both coming in hot. Heavy Metal Heather tried to hit Tex out to that outside line. Fury was able to catch up to that pack to initiate that call off. So that was a 0-0. Oh, nope. Co-Conspiracy got 2 on that jam and a 0 for West Texas Roller Derby.
And we're coming up on 22 minutes and 30 seconds left in the half. And it looks like we have an official review. I will be right back.
What do y'all read for halftime? That one's close. We have a quick read here for one of our vendors, or actually, it is a raffle. Do you like fashion? Maybe interested in a purse? Check out the raffle for a Louis Vuitton inspired purse and handbag. Every dollar raised helps supports DC Dogos Rescue. A DC Dogos Rescue is a possum nonprofit dedicated to rescuing and educating about the amazing Dogo Argentino breed. They help home and foster dojos all over the U.S. Information from Waterboy.
So West Texas is looking for a low block call on that last jam due to the jammer falling down and knocking the West Texas blocker out of position.
Thank you, Waterboy. We'll also read the Clover Cup. Can't get enough of Derby. The return of Clover Cup is hosted by the Dallas Derby Devils. Is March 13th through 15th, 2026 at the Next Sports Center in North Richland Hills, Texas. Follow the Dallas Derby Devils and Clover Cup. We're just waiting here to get some more information from Waterboy. He is headed this way.
All right, so the results of that official review is no call stands on that, as the officials have deemed that the jammer attempted to fall small. So there was no low block called, timeout taken away from West Texas, and their only challenge for the second half.
We have at the start of Jam 7, Gene for West Texas Roller Derby and Assassination City Roller Derby. Co-Conspiracy is Sexy Rexy, which was not awarded lead. Both jammers were assist penalties, and Gene is released from that penalty box. Gene was sent back to the penalty box and has to sit for 2. Is that correct? Sexy Rexy was hit to the outside by Heavy Metal Heather. Heavy Metal was assisted, or Heavy Metal got a cut track on that one, so Sexy Rexy has 3 West Texas blockers to get through with all her blockers on the track. Gene was released from that penalty box, is coming in hot on that track and was able to get by.
Gene coming out of the penalty box, racing against Sexy Rexy to get back to the pack to engage, to grab a couple of points here. Gene working against that tripod at the back of the pack right there at the jammer line, going back into turn number 4. Sexy Rexy working against that tripod up front as Gene finds that outside line, grabbing 4 points for West Texas Roller Derby. And that'll be the end of the jam. Looks like 8 points for Co-Conspiracy on that jam and 4 points for West Texas Roller Derby.
Official review. It looks like we have an official review. I don't know why. I think it might be because she was not supposed to sit first. It was only supposed to be Co-Conspiracy because she got the penalty first. I'm not 100% sure though, but she did get 2. 'Cause she's got 6 now.
Okay, so Co-Conspiracy is looking for a penalty call for number 62 with West Texas whenever coming out of the penalty box. Didn't fully stand, just kind of hovered over the seat. So they're going to go review that with the NSO over there, and we will have a result shortly.
I just want to make a shout out to our skaters, officials, announcers, fans, volunteers, anyone who traveled here to be there this weekend. Governor's Cup wouldn't be happening without you. We're still waiting here to see what that official review, if it'll stand or not stand.
All right, so after the officials reviewed with the penalty box, the no call there stands, and Co-Conspiracy loses their challenge for the second half and a timeout. Loses their challenge.
Jam number 8 for this period 2 is Madam Fury for West Texas Roller Derby, and Kat for Co-Conspiracy. Madam is awarded lead jammer. Kat is fighting there, Frida holding her back. She is looking to that inside, outside, inside, and Madam Fury was able to find that outside line. Kat is still in the back of the pack, got hit to that outside on turn 1. She is taken off. That Star Cap was looking to pass, but was assessed a penalty. Fury through the pack for another 4 points, and it is a power jam. Fury making it through the pack once more for 4 more points. She is up to 12 currently. She did call that jam. She was awarded 2 points there at the end for a total of 14.
And that's going to give West Texas Roller Derby a power start going into jam number 9.
And just some information from our producer here, Secret Squirrel. WTRD has been awarded lead jammer 6 out of 8 times in this period. Thank you, Secret Squirrel.
This is like a reversal of the last time that we talk about lead changes here, or for lead jammers. And we got Kat for Co-Conspiracy and Gnarly for WTRD, who goes that inside line and gets that lead jammer status.
We had a whole bunch of bodies hit the floor there. Kat is assessed another penalty and still has that Star Cap in hand. Gnarly is working her way through the pack and is up at the front with 588 and assessed on a cut track penalty. So this will be another 2-minute jam.
Be a full 2-minute jam. We're going to see a jammer switcheroo out of the penalty box.
Switcheroo has happened. Kat is back on that track.
Indeed, Kat is back on the track, working the inside to the outside. Does find that outside. Ooh, gets assessed another penalty. This has been a penalty-ridden jam here as Gnarly is released and engaging the front of the pack there. Looking for that inside line.
Some stats in from
Cuts
our
to
producer.
the inside and grab 4 points.
Our stats from our producer, Secret Squirrel. This is the third full 2-minute jam out of 9 this half.
Gnarly coming around and grabbing another 4 points with 25 seconds left in the jam.
Kat is back on the track. Got hit out by Heavy Metal Heather. Is being pulled back by Duncan.
Gnarly getting recycled back almost all the way to the jam line.
Duncan recycled Kat back to the pivot line. And that is the natural conclusion of jam number 9.
And Gnarly ends up with 2 more points on that last scoring pass, bringing the total to 10. So we're at 129 West Texas Roller Derby, 89 Co-Conspiracy with 16 minutes and 25 seconds left, going into jam number 10 in the second half.
We got Jean up as West Texas Roller Derby jammer and Texas Bruise Bonnet for Co-Conspiracy. Jean is working at the top and is awarded lead jammer. Tex is working her way through that pack as well and is out. They're both on their pass. Jamrock was able to provide some solid O for Jean to get those 4 points, and she called off that jam for those 4 points.
Yeah, that was some great O from Solid as a Jamrock for West Texas Roller Derby, opening up that whole inside lane on the apex, turn 1 and 2.
Assassination City Co-Conspirator was able to get 2 points in that jam. And we got Madam Fury on this lineup for jam number 11 in Angel for Co-Conspiracy.
Fury looking for that inside line, but nothing was there. Tried the outside, again gets knocked out by that tripod of Co-Conspiracy at the back of the pack. Wild Wookie recycling. Angel all the way back to the jammer line. Going back up front with that tripod. Working with Heavy Metal Heather as Bean attempts a hard hit. Wookie attempts a hard hit but goes out of bounds. So Angel is awarded lead jammer.
Madam Fury coming up hot on Angel's trail.
Fury getting through, grabbing 4 points. Going to come back around on this scoring pass as Angel's working against Wynamite and Bean at the front of the pack for West Texas Roller Derby.
Roland Atkins.
Roland Atkins, a.k.a. Beans.
Frijoles.
Frijoles. And at the end of that jam, it is a 4-point jam for each team.
Fish and Hot Wheels.
And it looks like we have Fish for Co-Conspiracy and Hot Wheels for WTRD. Let's see if Co-Conspiracy can pass that century mark here on this jam. Hot Wheels looking for that inside line. It gets knocked out and recycled back a little bit. Finds a big gap on the outside, working, cuts through like butter knives, getting that lead jammer position, coming around after that initial pass. Going to be looking for some points there. Duncan and Wino recycling back. Fish looking for that star cap pass.
Was that a little apex jump? Did we miss it?
Did we miss a little apex jump there from Knives? Knives coming back, initiating into the pack, finds that outside line, grabbing 4 more points.
Penalty.
As a penalty is assessed, and it is a power jam in favor for West Texas Roller Derby.
There was a star pass to Corkscrew You, and she was assessed in a penalty and will sit in the penalty box.
Thank you. I didn't see the star pass completed.
You're welcome. I just saw it because she had the star cap in hand.
Hot Wheels working on that outside line, showing off the speed, calling off the jam, so they'll have a power start going into jam number 13. Is that tied for the highest score jam for West Texas? Or is that the highest score?
Tied. It was number 84 last time in the first. It was in the fourth jam first.
So that's the highest scoring jam for West Texas Roller Derby in the second half, tying the first half highest scoring jam. And it looks like we got Gene for WTRD jamming. And Corkscrew You coming in from the penalty box. Gene gets knocked out to the outside, looking for the inside line, does find it. Gene awarded that lead jammer position, coming around after that initial pass, looking to score some points, but just as Corkscrew You is putting on the afterburners, trying to chase down the wheels of Gene.
Sister Jean did call off that jam. Got 4 points, I believe. Oh, he's over here talking. He's over here talking. I think he did, but the guy that's facing this way.
Looks like this is going to be an official timeout, so we can catch up on a couple of our ad reads here. LMNT, sweat, sip, skate, repeat. LMNT, help keep you stay strong. From the first whistle to the last jam, big thanks for their generous donation and for our welcome gifts.
Another ad read from Urban Apothecary. Thank you to Urban Apothecary for their generous donation towards our tournament MVP awards. Skater Made, trusted by athletes, physical therapists, and wellness professionals. Try their best-selling gummies for relaxing and rest for the 4XL pain relief topicals to help reduce inflammation and reduce you and to keep you on track. Shop at urbanapothecary.shop.
And it looks like Jean was awarded 3 points on that last jam as going out of bounds. Wasn't able to pass that last blocker.
Got Hot Wheels again.
Hot Wheels.
Yeah, an Angel, I think.
And we got Sexy Rexy for Co-Conspiracy and Hot Wheels for West Texas Roller Derby. Coming in looking for that outside line. Not much there. Pushing hard against that 2-wall up front of Co-Conspiracy. Sexy Rexy doing the same. Hot Wheels finds that inside line, getting that lead jammer status. Hot Wheels coming around after that initial pass. Looks like it's going to be a power jam in favor of West Texas Roller Derby as Hot Wheels goes around and grabs 4 points on that inside line. Calls it off so that West Texas Roller Derby will start with a power jam.
How many power starts is that for West Texas?
How many power starts is that for West Texas? That's like 2 or 3 at least.
I didn't keep up with the power start.
It's okay. I think it's 3.
I would say probably.
So coming into the second half, West Texas has had at least 3 power starts coming in, with Madam Fury for West Texas Roller Derby finding that outside line, turning on the Jets and getting lead jammer status. Let's see if West Texas can capitalize and get some points here for this power start. Fury looking for that outside, goes and jukes on the inside, then back to the outside. Does get 4 points and capitalizes on that power start. Coming back around on another scoring pass as 216 from Co-Conspiracy goes to the penalty box.
We got Sexy Rexy coming in from the penalty box. That was a little switcheroo for jammer to a blocker. Madam Fury got recycled by number 16 of Co-Conspiracy, which is Meat Sock.
And then Sexy Rexy going back to the penalty box. So here's another chance for Fury to get some points here in a power jam situation.
We got another one of the blockers from Co-Conspiracy that was issued a penalty, number 588, Corkscrew You. She will start that jam in the penalty box.
And a big shout out to Hot Wheels from Lips on the Stream. Way to go, Hot Wheels from Lips.
Also from Lips, Jamrock. A shout out to Jamrock.
And it looks like we got Sister Jean starting this off as the jammer for West Texas Roller Derby. And we're going to call off the jam as 1 4
2 3
2 8.
2 8. Yes. Was it on the skate?
Do you understand what I'm saying when I say that?
13 out of the 16 last jams, they've got lead.
They've lost only 2 of them.
Wow.
How did she lose it though? If it's in the mouse guard. How did she lose it if it's in the mouse guard?
I don't know.
It might be a piece of jewelry.
They were saying it might have been some blood on the track or something. Probably why they went out there. False alarm. But thank you for our track maintenance going out there in a speedily fashion. False alarm, false alarm. No shirts were harmed coming from the stands. And this just in from our wonderful producer, Secret Squirrel. 13 out of the 16 last jams have went lead jammer for West Texas Roller Derby. They did lose 2 of those. And here's another one for Sister Jean, getting lead jammer status. Coming back around after that initial pass, looking for some points here. Goes from the inside to the outside. Gets that one-on-one and calls it off after getting 4 points. But not before Sexy Rexy was able to get back on the track. And we are sitting at 168 points for West Texas Roller Derby, 95 for Co-Conspiracy with 7 minutes. And clock's going wonky. 7 minutes and 9 seconds left in the half going into jam number 18. Take it away for us, Vamp Tina.
Starting this jam number 18, we got Gnarly for West Texas Roller Derby and Texas Bruise Bonnet for Co-Conspiracy. They're both fighting those blockers, but Tex was able to get out of the pack first for that lead jammer. Gnarly, working 2 of the Co-Conspiracy blockers at the top of the pack, was able to find that outside line as Tex came in for her 4 points, maybe? She's working on Wookie on that top, and she was able to pass her for those 4 points and called it off as Gnarly was initiating that pack.
Co-Conspiracy is creeping up on that century mark. 1 more point to go.
Uno más.
Uno más. And we got Hot Wheels for West Texas Roller Derby and Angel for Co-Conspiracy. Hot Wheels looking for that inside line, gets knocked down, goes to the outside, pushing, and Angel goes on that inside line and gets that lead jammer position, getting out quick and trying to come back, trying to get some points here for Angel. Angel working that inside line and gets knocked out by Solid as a Jamrock, as Hot Wheels tucks away the star cap but doesn't need to pass it, coming back in after that initial pass, looking to try to steal a couple points here. Hot Wheels does skate by on that inside line, grabs a couple of points there, I believe. So that is Co-Conspiracy getting past that 1 century mark at 102 with 3 points on that jam, and Hot Wheels grabbing 2 points, stealing them away last second.
We have Gnarly up for West Texas Roller Derby and Fish for Co-Conspiracy in jam number 20. Fish is looking on that outside line, working those blockers, and it looks like Gnarly is assessed for a forearm penalty, and she is going to go sit in that penalty box. Fish is out for jammer lead, coming in, initiating that pack. She's coming in hot, and that pack is running. Hard hit from Duncan to the outside. Number 85 for Co-Conspiracy was trying to block Duncan from recycling Fish all the way back. Fish is working against Heavy Metal, Wino, and Duncan there at the front of the pack. Gnarly is back on the track, working against those Co-Conspiracy blockers. She is looking into the middle. She split them down the middle and was out of the pack, and Fish is on the inside, squeaked by, but was knocked to the inside by Winomite. Gnarly was able to squeak by on that inside apex line as well for 4 points, and a penalty was assessed to Fish and to Gnarly for a cut track. And so it's the old switcheroo, jammer switcheroo.
Got a jammer switcheroo indeed.
And Fish is back on the track, and Gnarly. Okay. This will be our 4th 2-minute jam. Now Gnarly is back on the track. And that is the natural conclusion of this jam number 20. So for Assassination Co-Conspiracy, they were able to get 8 points for this jam and 0 awarded to West Texas Roller Derby.
And we're coming up on 2 minutes and 19 seconds left in the half with an official timeout.
Official timeout. Go, Waterboy, go.
And a huge shout out and thank you to all the skaters, officials, announcers, fans, everyone in attendance here for your traveling near and far this weekend to attend Governor Cup 2025. None of this would be happening without anybody else out here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And an assistance reminder, do you have any questions about the venue, anything about Derby, please take them to our tournament manager and they will be happy to help you. Absolutely happy, thank you. As we're joined back with 2 minutes left. Oh, do I get a sticker? I'm an MVP. Who is it? So we got Kat
And Gene.
for Co-Conspiracy and Gene for West Texas Roller Derby. Gene looking for that outside line, working on 2. Does get out and get that lead jammer position.
Kat is not far behind her.
We're going to see race back to the pack. We're going to see a little bit of a speed up here and a call off, quick call off after a couple of points. 2 points for Gene for West Texas Roller Derby, extending the lead to 172 over 110 for Co-Conspiracy.
We have Madam Fury starting for West Texas Roller Derby on Jam 22 and Texas Bruise Bonnet. Fury is working at the top of that pack, trying to find the outside line, inside line, working with 2 of the Co-Conspiracy blockers. They're making her work hard. Tex is up against Winomite, solid as Jamrock. She's looking to that outside line, doesn't find it, but Madam Fury was awarded lead jammer and is coming in, initiating that pack. Did a little jukey dance.
Had to feel the floor, test it out, see if it was cold.
And Texas was assisted?
No, it's not assisted.
No, it's not. She was
Assessed.
awarded.
Assessed.
She was awarded a penalty and is sitting in the penalty box currently. And Madam Fury was able to get 4 points and is initiating the pack in turn 4.
Looking for a little bit of assistance there from the teammates, getting a lot of assistance there. Calls it off as the game clock goes to 0. And we have an unofficial score. Let's wait till it's official before I announce it. And Tina, we need to start looking for MVPs.
Me and Secret Squirrel have been working on that in secret, away from you.
Do what?
Me and Secret Squirrel have been working with that away from you. It's a secret.
Oh, it's a secret? Do I not get to know who gets to be MVP yet? Oh, I get to pass them out? Well, thank you. And that last whistle is blown, and the final score 110 Co-Conspiracy, 180 for West Texas Roller Derby. Let's hear it for this hard fought game on track 2. Thank you all, skaters. Congratulations, West Texas Roller Derby on the win.
Who for Co-Conspiracy?
Either Sexy Rexy or Texas or Jammer. I don't care which one.
Hobgoblin for Blocker?
Yep. And then overall. Maybe Fish. Just a reminder, after you get all of your photos done, please come over here, skaters, to the announcer booth, and we will announce the MVPs for game number 9. You gonna pass this stuff out? Okay. I'll do it here. Reminder, come on over here for the MVP awards. All right, we're going to start with Co-Conspiracy for MVP awards. If you could start working your way over here. Oh, you just gave me numbers. Okay. So for MVP Jammer for Co-Conspiracy, we got 3-7 Sexy Rexy. And for MVP Blocker, we got 2-1-6 the Hoblin' Goblin. And for Did we not hear? Okay, I'll say that again. For MVP Blocker, for Co-Conspiracy, 2-1-6 the Hoblin' Goblin. And for MVP overall for Co-Conspiracy, we have Fish, 6-1-2. We need the Hoblin' Goblin and Fish over here for MVP awards, please. And for West Texas Roller Derby, MVP Fish. All right, for West Texas Roller Derby, MVP Jammer, we got Madam Fury. For MVP Blocker, we have Duncan. And for MVP overall, we have Gene. Congratulations, MVPs. Congratulations, West Texas, on the win. And with that, we're out for track 2, day 2, Governor's Cup 2025.